Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer, and this is another UK mod showcase for Transport Fever 2. It's been a little while since the last episode, so there are a good few mods to look at in this episode. We're starting with this reskin of the 158, the original model by CW315, and now we have the Arriva Trains Wales. We have both the variants of the Arriva Trains Wales livery by David Rannan, so they should be available from about 2004. So we've got the lighter blue with the cream fronts, and then we've got the all blue in the slightly darker colour on the back there currently. It's good to finally have these in, because I've put them to work straight away on my UK Northern Powerhouse series with a little bit of the Welsh rail network in, so I'm glad these have finally made an appearance. So there we are, I've got that one there, and then on the back is the slightly dark. I do prefer this one. It does look a lot more modern than the other one, but according to the description they're both available from 2004. So there we are. Sticking with like the Super Sprinter theme, we do have as well, which have just been released, is, well, I say just been released, no, you're the wrong one, go away. The 150s. I'm not quite sure when, was it last week maybe? But we do have the Class 150s, which is another great one to see included in the game. These should be available in the regional railways variants from about 1984, model and textures by Young Lennon. As we go into the station, it's not the best place glitching through the roofs to take a look at these, but yeah, this one is in the first Great Western. This is the 3-car variant without the cab interconnectors. And then we've got one, I think this is the Greater Manchester Transport Executive Regional Railways. Again, no cab connectors. And then we've got the Regional Railways Sprinter with the connector there on the front. And we do have another, I think it's just the 3 liveries for now, but we will take a look in a minute in the depot. We'll take a look at the 158 and the 150 together in a depot, which is around here somewhere. So if we go up to here, it's a diesel multiple unit, and it is, so we'll take a look at the 158 first. So unfortunately with this it probably needs a little bit of an update, but it hasn't got any icon, but it's not the end of the world. It does work when you click and add it, but I think, yeah, all the stats are identical. So top speed of 90 miles per hour, capacity of 80, power 707 horsepower, is all the same for this as the standard 158 unit. And then we go up to here, we've got the Class 150, so we've got 3 different variants with 3 liveries each. So we've got the first Great Western blue, pink Barbie colour, the Greater Manchester Passenger Transport Executive, I think that one is, and the Regional Railways Sprinter. So we've got this one, this will be the 3-car variant, 1020 horsepower, obviously because it's got an engine per carriage, I think, so even the middle car has an engine as well. Top speed 75 miles per hour, and then we go down to the 2-car variant, 680 horsepower, 62 capacity, again same top speed 75, and then you've got the 150/2, which is the ones with the front end connectors. And again, we do have some different variants for this one. So we've got a Wessex Regional Sprinter, again the GMPTE, and First Great Western Local Lines, and then First Great Western Blue. So there we are. I've got the 158. We've got a whole. Go back to the 158. There's a whole selection of those now, isn't there? Mustn't be subscribed to them all, because I thought there was some more, but not to worry. Next we're going to go to something a little bit different. We're going to go to a steam locomotive. I always try and feature at least one steam locomotive per episode, and it's usually by Steve M4, and this is no different. But this one is slightly different because it's the 462 Turbomotive. So this is powered by steam turbines, as you might be able to hear. Yeah, so they've got the same sort of steam engine sound, but they have superimposed over the top like a turbine sound as well. So this was an experimental unit based on the Princess Royal class, built in 1935. I'm not sure what colours it came in, but there is a different selection of colours available for it in the actual in the depot itself. Yeah, it's just I guess it's just an interesting train to have, a piece of rail history, and it looked as if it was relatively successful under testing, but it had a massive failure, and then was kind of just the program was canned altogether. And I think the actual locomotive was converted back to what you'd call a standard steam locomotive. But yeah, it's just pretty cool actually. It's going pretty slowly because I have paired it up with some carriages. If I just pause the game, I think actually, just to take a look at these, just paired it up with some, and these aren't period correct because these are available from the late 1850 onwards, but it is good to have some early UK wagons available, or passenger vehicles available. These are by Grimm, and they become available from 1850, like I just said. These are the generic British carriages. There's 3 different variants of these which themselves have different variations, but if we go into a depot over here, we'll take a look at the passenger vehicles first. There's like 3 different colour schemes, but I thought I'd subscribe to and turn them on, but obviously I haven't. But yeah, you've got like a cream variant of these in the same sort of variant. So you've got a bogie early, E-brake, D-brake, and then you've got a 4-wheel and a 6-wheel one there. So yeah, this top speed of the generic carriage with 6 wheels is 52, the other one is 60, and then that's 45, so that's what's slowing the train down. And then we've got more later ones, top speed on that one 75, and then 99. Capacity on that one 18, 22, 6, 8 and 7. So let's take a look at like a really small, there's a 6-wheeler, that's got 11, little one 8 there. Yeah, so I think it's balanced within the game itself. And then if we go to the steam locomotives, it is here the LMS 462 Turbomotive. Got the BR green, BR maroon, BR like a black, and LMS crimson. Top speed 100 miles per hour, power 2,332 horsepower, 169 kilonewtons of tractive effort. Now I've got the old class 4, so it's they're about the same period, aren't they? On the A3 as well. No, the A3 is a bit earlier, so I think the class 4 is around the same period, sort of. So it is, yeah, it's pretty powerful, and it's, yeah, top speed 100 miles per hour. Yeah, good. So there we are, we do have that represented in the game. Now what do I want to look at? I want to look at the third 390 Virgin pack. We've got this one here, which is the more modern Virgin one before Virgin lost the franchise, but this was like the transitional new livery. It was trying to replicate a little bit the Class 800s. I think actually the DFT started to stipulate that the trains had to be more plain, so they couldn't be completely wrapped in Virgin's livery. So they went for this sort of livery, which is a bit plain, and it's got a moustache on it as well. The Pendolino, the Class 390 Pendolino, the models by CW315, with textures from Elliott 85, with help from USSR Lifer. So there is this one, which is the transitional, I guess you'd call it, from the original Virgin livery, and then it went to Avanti. So this is in between those two there, but we do have other ones available as well if we head over into the depot. So it's electrical multiple unit, and then we go to the 390. So we've got like the standard Virgin trains, but then we've got the Alstom livery one, which was a celebration of something or other. Trains business is great. Poppy livery one there. We've got the one with black windows, which is the Virgin Flowing Silk, apparently. Grey doors, and then you've got an all white one, which I think we might have already had possibly. And yeah, we're just going to the other different, what's that, is that because it's must be a full length 181 meters there. So yeah, it's just good to have those liveries, and obviously we do have the Avantis available as well. So there we are, we've got those. One mod that I am excited that has finally been released for the game is the Class 180, the Atlante. I just like these trains. I know some people don't because they have had reliability issues, but I do quite like these units, and I'm glad to see they're finally in the game again. I've put these to use straight away on the first Hull service from Hull down to Grantham on the Northern Powerhouse series. We've got the standard one, which is the actual standard model of the 180, is by Plain Simple. Does already have a few different variants. We've got the First North Western Barbie livery, we've got First Great Western Dynamic Lines, and there's some others as well which we'll take a look at. But also we do have a Northern one by CW315. So the First Great Western, or I'm not sure which company was it First Great Western introduced them in 2000, and then Northern had them for a while from about 2008 to 2010. So they are the first liveried or the first branded Class 180s. I do actually really like the Dynamic Lines version. It does look rather good. I think even by today's standards that looks really quite modern, and it's a shame they're not being used by First Great Western anymore. I don't think they're being transferred around. I think East Midlands Railway are going to end up with all of them by the sounds of it, possibly, because Hull are going to be using the a variant of the Class 800, aren't they, for that service. But they are fairly rapid. I have been using them on the Northern Powerhouse series already, like I said, and they do eventually get up to quite a good speed. They are quite powerful because they do have an engine under each of the carriages, so you've got 5 engines there altogether, so it's a pretty powerful vehicle. We'll take a look in the depot because, like I said, actually before that we will take a look at the Northern one, which I just alluded to, but we didn't look at. So yeah, we've got the Northern livery. It is a bit strange because it's almost like the first Barbie livery, but it's a slightly different colour, just with the Northern branding there. It's almost like it's been decoloured, possibly, but it's there representing that anyway. So we'll take a look in the depot at those. So it's a diesel multiple unit. So we've got the Class 180 there. So we've got the Grand Central livery. Again, that's one I'm going to be using on the, is it Sunderland? Is it? No, I don't think it is. It's somewhere anyway. It's one of the Grand Central routes I'm going to be using that on. We've got a few different variants of the Hull train. So we've got a City of Culture, the Hull Heart logo, and then you've got the Northern one there. That's by CW. You've got the Dynamic Lines, the First Great Western Barbie, and the First Great Western Corporate Barbie. I don't know why I said First Northwestern. That's the 175s, isn't it? They were the First Northwestern. They were purchased around the same time. They're obviously based on the same platform as well. So that's why I got power 3,807, top speed 125, 750 kilonewtons tractive effort, and a capacity of 125 across all of those. So I think that is every single, possibly might be every single 180. Obviously, we do have the East Midlands Railways. Hopefully somebody might do an East Midlands Railway 180, because I'm definitely sure they are getting some, if not all, of what's remaining of that fleet. So I think that is all that we have to look at in this episode. So another good selection of mods, but I'm going to leave you with the 180 because that's a particular favourite of mine, and I'm going to say until next time, bye bye.